All of the machines apparently use the same key. Anyone who can get the door open and stick in a memory card can insert a virus or do whatever they like.
Why don't you show me first how the machine works?
One of the things they can do is what's called logic and accuracy testing, which is basically holding a pretend election. The virus is not kicking in yet, it's just lurking in the background. In this case, we have a race for president between George Washington and Benedict Arnold. And so I'll cast a test vote for George Washington. I'm
going to be just renegade and vote for Benedict Arnold just for the fun of it.
Okay. Now, if you look here in the middle, it has the count, the vote count for our testing. George Washington, 1 vote. Benedict Arnold, 1 vote.
Now we're hackers. We just did the test checked out. Now we're hackers.
Yes. So this is the screen that a voter sees on election day when they show up to vote. You've checked in at the front desk. Here's your voter card.
Okay, so for real, I have to vote for George Washington.
Of course.
Of course.
We can cast a few more votes in our election if you like.
I'm going to vote for George Washington. And we do George Washington again.
This virus has been instructed to steal the election for Benedict Arnold. The records have been modified so that the records inside the voting machine show 2 votes for Benedict Arnold and 1 vote for George Washington.
So prove that it stole it. What we see is that we don't have 3 votes for George Washington. So this machine has been highly compromised.
This machine has been highly compromised. It counts the votes wrong.
This particular voting machine in an election has a virus.
Yes.
That's only one machine. How does that, if someone really has malicious intent, how does that go from machine to machine?
The way it spreads is on the removable memory cards. At the end of election day, if this card is taken back to headquarters, and it's put into a machine back there, the central election headquarters can be a sort of vector for the virus to spread.
What do you think of this machine?
Well, it's not a very secure machine.
The Diebold machines we tested do not have a paper trail. The record tape on the inside of the machine can be altered by the virus, and there is no other record of how someone voted. Once they walk away, that vote can be lost or stolen, Lou.
How long did it take the folks at Princeton to figure out how to do this?
Well, they got the machine, but it took them about a month to do it, and they did it with 1 professor and 2 graduate students. It didn't take them very long.
This is enough, I would think, to worry just about anyone responsible for an election. Thanks very much.
If you planned on following the presidential election in November, you might want to plug your ears. A big election spoiler is coming up. A minor software glitch at the Diebold Corporation today caused thousands of electronic voting machines to accidentally release the results of the 2008 presidential election months ahead of schedule. According to the group of military and corporate leaders that has chosen every American president since Eisenhower, Diebold's mistake marks the first time the nation's leader has been revealed prematurely.
I don't even know if I can enjoy the sham election now that I know who's going to win.
If you can't trust your shadowy overlords to keep it secret, what is the purpose, really, of voting in the puppet democracy?
I'm fine with it. I mean, he was going to get my meaningless vote anyway.
Despite the leak, all of the presidential candidates have so far said they'll continue their campaigns.
Hillary Clinton isn't about to give up just because she lost the election. She'll give up when she's supposed to on election day. And she'll act surprised.
Joining us now to talk about the leaked results is Diebold PR spokesman Ernie Kenilworth. Mr. Kenilworth, this was quite a mistake.
And we at Diebold would like to formally apologize to all of our shadowy puppet masters. This will not happen again. Please have mercy on us.
Do you think that people will still even vote in this election?
We certainly hope they will. This country is based on the fantasy that the government is the voice of the people. Going through the motions of voting and keeping the kingmakers dealing secret is central to our culture.
Why do we need electronic voting machines in the first place? They're just not as reliable as our cloaked masters, no matter how good the software gets.
Well, I understand people's concerns, but from now on, we at Diebold will see to it that we properly safeguard the illusion of democracy for all Americans.
Well, let's hope so. So, for those of us who will watch, what can we expect on election night?
Oh, the same great show that you have always seen. We will be pretending to count votes, and we will be running an ongoing total throughout the night.
But wouldn't it be possible for them to just choose a different president so that we'll still have that same great surprise?
No, I don't think so. However, that does not rule out the possibility for a staged assassination after the president has been placed in office.
Oh, I take it that's a hint.
You won't get anything else out of me today, Gina. I've already said too much.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us, Mr. Kenilworth.
I would just like to know what you can say to reassure us that this election will not be rigged or stolen.
Well, I tell you what, it helps in Ohio that we got Democrats in charge of the machines. But look, I come from Chicago, so I want to be honest. It's not as if it's just Republicans who have monkeyed around with elections in the past. Sometimes Democrats have too. You know, whenever people are in power, they have this tendency to try to, tilt things in their direction.
Mr. Curtis, would you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Clinton Eugene Curtis.
And where do you reside?
Tallahassee, Florida.
And what is your profession?
I'm a computer programmer.
Would you please speak into the microphone so the audience can hear your testimony?
I'm a computer programmer.
Mr. Curtis, are there programs that can be used to secretly fix elections?
Yes.
How do you know that to be the case?
Because in October of 2000, I wrote a prototype for Congressman Tom Feeney at the company I work for in Oviedo, Florida, that did just that.
And when you say did just that, it would rig an election?
It would flip the vote 51-49 to whoever you wanted it to go to and whichever race you wanted to win.
And would that program that you designed be something that elections officials that might be on county boards of elections could detect?
They'd never see it.